This is the 10th top-rated tourist attraction in Australia. Australia is a land of dreams. From the sacred legend of the Aboriginal Dreamtime, when the Great Spirit conjured the coral reef, rainforests or sacred red desert, to armchair travelers who describe Australia as their dream destination. The land down under deserves all the hype. The world's smallest continent and the largest island, Australia is almost the same size as the United States, but with a population the size of New York State, and some of the quirkiest wildlife on the planet. Australia is also a land of staggering contrasts and spectacular beauty. Along the coast you can explore vibrant multicultural city, vast island, ancient rainforest, and one of the planet's most awe-inspiring natural wonders, the Great Barrier Reef in the Outback Ridge National Park and Red Earth Desert offer the ultimate in adventure travel. Top it all of it, a laid-back feel of friendly people, and it's not wonder Australia scores top billing on bucket lists around the world. Create your own adventure with our list of the top attractions in Australia. Number 1 is Sydney Opera House. Mention Sydney, Australia, and most people think of the Opera House, shaped like huge sail or billowing sail. This famous building on Sydney Bennelong Point graced the list of UNESCO World Heritage Site and is one of the world's great architectural icons. The location is stunning. Water surrounds the structure on three sides, and the Royal Botanic Garden border into the south. Danish architect John Ursel won an international competition for its design, but withdrew from the project after technical and financing problems. Construction was finally complete in 1973 at a cost 10 times the original budget. By this time, Utzon had left the country, never returning to see his magnificent creation. Today, you can enjoy a performance here, dine at one of the restaurants, or take a tour with the building, which encompasses theater, studio, a concert hall, exhibition room, and a cinema, but is far more impressive viewed from a distance. One of the best sites to photograph at the Opera House is Mr. Macquarie Chair in the Royal Botanic Garden, or you can hop aboard a harbour cruise or ferry for yet another picturesque perspective. Number 2. Great Barrier Reef Marine Park. Visible from outer space, the World Heritage List Great Barrier Reef is one of the largest living structures on the planet in 1975. The Great Barrier Reef Marine Park was established to protect its fragile ecosystem, which includes more than 3,000 coral reefs, 600 continental islands, including the beautiful Whitsunday Group, 300 coral cays, and inshore mangrove island. One of the 7 wonders of the natural world, the park stretches for 2,300 kilometers along the state of Queensland. On Australia east coast, that's about the distance between Mexico and Vancouver. Diving and snorkeling are spectacular. The astounding array of marine life includes soft and hard coral, more than 1,600 species of tropical fish, shark, dugong, dolphin, turtle, rays, and giant clams. If you prefer to stay dry, you can see the reef from underwater viewing a station and glass-bottom boats. On the mainland, Cairns, Port Douglas, and Early Beach are the main launching points for tour. Number 3 is Uluru Kata National Park. Deep in the heart of Australia, Red Center Uluru, formerly Ayers Rock, is one of the most photographed natural wonders in the country. The striking red monolith forms and the centerpiece of Uluru Kata National Park a World Heritage Area jointly managed by Park Australia and the traditional Londoners, the Angi people, Uluru, meaning the shadowy place, in the local Aboriginal dialect, rise to height 348 meters from the surrounding plain, with most of its bulk hidden beneath the Earth's surface. Also in the park are the red dome-shaped rock called Karajuda, the August. As the sun dips in the sky, sightseers gather to watch the color of Uluru and Karajuda transform into the shifting light. A great way to appreciate this sacred site is to join a tour led by Aboriginal guides and rangers.
Number 4. Sydney Harbour Bridge. Along with the Opera House, the Sydney Harbour Bridge is one of Australia's most famous tourist attractions, affectionately called the Court Ranger. This impressive feat of construction is the largest steel arch bridge in the world. It was completed in 1932, 40 years before the Sydney Opera House. Rising 134 meters above the harbour, the bridge spans 500 meters, connecting Sydney North Shore to the Central Business District. In addition to the pedestrian path, two railway lines extend over the bridge as well as 8 lanes for road traffic, and the direction of each lane can be switched to accommodate traffic flow. One of the top things to do in Sydney is guided ascents to the top of the bridge, where you can enjoy spectacular views over the harbour and city. For an overview on the bridge history and construction, visit the museum in the Southern Pier. Interestingly, Paul Hogan of the Crocodile Dundee fame worked as a painter on the bridge before rocketing to international stardom. Number 5. Blue Mountain National Park. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, beautiful Blue Mountain National Park lies 81 km west of Sydney and is a popular day trip from the city. Named for the blue haze emanating from the many eucalyptus trees, this stunning park protects more than 664,000 acres of wilderness and encompasses dramatic gorges, waterfall, Aboriginal rock painting, and 140 kilometers of hiking trails. The famous attraction in the park are the towering sandstone rock formation called the Three Sisters. Other highlights include the Katoomba Scenic Railway, the world's steepest which passengers down the Jamieson Valley through a cliffside tunnel into an ancient rainforest, and the Skyway, Scenic Cableway, and Scenic Walkway, which all over elevate views of the dense forest. Hiking, abseiling, rock climbing, mountain biking, and horseback riding are the popular things to do in the park. Number 6. Melbourne. Melbourne, Australia, second largest city, is a popular stop on many Australian itineraries, especially for culture, futurists, galleries, theatre, restaurants, shops, and its distinctly European feels are the main draw of the sophisticated city on the Yarra River. It's also a green city with park, garden, and open space, occupying almost a third of its total area. Highlights of the city include the Royal Botanic Garden, Federation Square, and the National Gallery of Victoria, and the Melbourne Cricket Ground, where sport fans can watch cricket in the summer and Australian rules football in the winter. Shoppers flock to the elegant Royal Arcade and Brook Street, as well as Chapel Street. The Melbourne Central Shopping Centre and the Queen Victoria Market, which has been selling fruit, vegetable, clothes, and craft for more than a century. To the east, Greater Melbourne extends into beautiful Dandenong Ranges, and in the south to Mornington Peninsula, where many locals escape for day trip and seaside getaway. Number 7. Bondi Beach. Brunch party, blonde sand, backpacker and surf. Throw it all together and you get one of the world's most famous beaches. Only 15-minute by car from the city center. Bondi Beach is home to one of the oldest surf life-saving clubs in the world. It's also a great spot for a seaside stroll or picnic. And crowds of tourists and locals gather here to celebrate Christmas and ring in the New Year. A great way to soak up the sea views is to stroll along the scenic Bondi to Bronze Coastal Walk, which began at the southern end of the beach and followed the coastline for 6 kilometers along Sandstone Cliff. Shop, cafe, and restaurant lie across the street from the famous coastal strip. Other attractions around the beach include the Sunday market, ocean pool, and skate park. Take care when swimming and the body. Strong strips tides often sweep unsuspecting swimmers out to sea, especially at the southern end of this kilometer-long strand. So, swimmers should stay between the flags. There is a reason the Aussies made a reality TV show called Bondi Rescue. Number 8. Daintree National Park. A wet tropic World Heritage Area, Daintree National Park in far north Queensland is among the most ancient ecosystems on Earth. The area belongs to the Eastern Kuku-Yalanji Aboriginal people, and many of its natural features hold great spiritual significance. This park encompasses two main sections: Mossman Gorge, where crystal clear water gush over granite boulders, and Cape Tribulation, one of the most beautiful places to visit in Australia, where rainforests meet reef along the white sandy beaches of the Coral Sea. This stunning stretch of coast is one of a few places in the world where two of planet's richest ecosystems converge. The park's astounding biodiversity includes more than 18,000 plant species and vast array of animal species, including the cassowary crocodile, giant blue Ulysses butterfly, and the secretive banner tree kangaroo. The resort town of Port Douglas, just south of the park, is the great base to arrange wilderness safaris into the park. Number 9 is Fraser Island. World Heritage lists Fraser Island between Bundaberg and Brisbane of Australia East Coast. It's the largest sand island in the world and one of Australia's top outdoor adventures, especially for four-wheel drive and twisting. Along windswept 75-mile beach, you can see the rust house of shipwreck, the colored sandstone cliff of the cathedral, and the bubbling fish-filled rock pool called Champagne Pool. Venturing inland, highlights include crystal clear freshwater creeks and lakes, some fed by spring, others perch amid towering sand dunes, and ancient rainforests filled with an amazing diversity of plants and animals. Shark, dolphin, and whales prowl the water. And the island fauna include wild horses, dingoes, bat, sugar glider, and more than 300 species of birds. Access to Fraser Island is by ferry from Rainbow Beach and Harvey Bay. Four-wheel drive vehicle as essential as the island has no shield roads. Number 10. Kakadu National Park. Kakadu National Park in the top end or the Northern Territory is a World Heritage Site and one of the planet's great wilderness area, covering more than 19,840 square kilometers. Kakadu is the largest national park in Australia and the second largest in the world. Within its border lie monsoon rainforest, mangrove swamps, rivers, gorges, ancient rock painting, wetland and waterfall, as well as an astounding diversity of wildlife. In addition to the many mammals and reptiles and fish, more than 300 different species of birds make their home here, and both freshwater and saltwater crocodile rook in the wetlands. You can explore the park's diverse ecosystem by car, air, boat, or on foot via the vast network of hiking trails. Note that during the wet season, November until April, many roads and attractions close due to the heavy flooding.